But from my view, I believe that there should be no more babies.
Have to have another pregnancy too early, after the last child, the last abortion, which many of them had. I was what I would call a born humanitarian, and I was quite a feminist. I naturally didn't want to see women take all the suffering of childbearing and of pregnancies.
Is it just to save women's suffering? Is that the only reason in your mind?
Well, not entirely. The population question is a great concern today. We're saving them now. At one time, when children died, they didn't have the food. Today, our population all over the world is getting certainly better consideration and better conditions. Well, if you keep your population more or less static until you pick up your resources, certainly you'll keep them and prevent their starving. Picking up the resources, there's just a limit to that, too. There's just so much. Take Japan. To say that they have 20 million more people than they can feed. In some way, she's got to have that kind of help if she's going to keep from fighting.
But certainly around the world, there is potential agricultural land that is not being properly used now. May 21st, the New York Times summarized an important study of the world's food resources. Professor Bonner says the world is not using 1 billion acres of potential agricultural land, and he adds, if this land were used and present agricultural land were improved, the entire world could be fed adequately, even if the population increased by 1/3 in the next 50 years.
Mr. Wells, you hear so many fantastic things of what can happen, what may happen. What is it now? What have we got today? A very distinguished woman spoke to me, and she said, I wish you wouldn't talk about population. She said, all the population of the United States could be put in one state. And I said, what state? She said, Arizona. I said, did you ever hear of caliche? It's harder than any rock. It looks as if you could have food. As a matter of fact, you have to dynamite caliche. So many problems that, when it comes to that. And the demographers, I never heard of anyone that would agree with that we could have another in the world.
Another third.
Another third.
Well.